It was tough in the early days. I can guarantee it. In the early years, I'd throw the boards in the back of the station wagon and go drive around, and the skate shops are saying, that's just not quite us. And skateboard shops would say, nah, that's really different from what we're doing. And ski shops definitely didn't want any part of it. I was really alone. The sport just didn't exist. And to admit it, when I get on airplanes and stuff, people ask me what I do. I just make up some line because it was so different, so off the wall that trying to explain it to people was almost embarrassing. And now it's changed a lot.
I was a fool. I got stuck way too much on the competition tour and didn't get enough powder this year. That's all there is to it.
I'm a professional work evader. That means I work as hard as I possibly can to avoid working in any situation. Oh, my attitude's great. I'm about as professional as they come, I think.
skate influence definitely exists. Skating really has a feeling that there's no rules, and that's sort of got two sides to it. I mean, you know, going down closed trails and all that. I mean, that's definitely not cool. And you know, having your lift ticket taken away isn't much fun. But you know, the other side of it, which is that you can do whatever you want and create any kind of move that you want, or just feel that there aren't any restrictions in how you ride or what you wear, and especially how you ride. I think that's real positive.
Morning.
Morning.
Good fast this morning, sir?
Sir, would you care for a donut? We've got a few extras.
Thank you, just took a chew.
Okay. Craig? You got big balls. Oh yeah, like, what's he gonna do? Spit some chew on me? I think I used to like Brush a little bit better when I used to help him learn tricks instead of these days when he's helping me learn big air. It's a lot more fun when I was beating him then, but he's ripping now.
Hi, my name is Jeff Rushi. That's my ticket.
How long do you think you're going to be riding for?
Who knows?
Anything worries you when you go out there?
No, you just go out and rip your hardest.
How many years have you been riding for?
I'm riding 3 years.
How did you start snowboarding?
I buy the board.
You bought a board? Okay, how much training do you do?
I don't know.
What do you think of the attitude of snowboarders in general?
I don't know.
Is there anything you know?
No.
Did you go to school?
No.
What's your goal?
Get a car.
You got a car? What's your goal? All right.
And Jason Ford doesn't have a chick in every port. I lied. That's him.
Jason, on alcohol, take one.
I'm a snowboard guy. He goes around snowboarding.
Is that a tough life?
Occasionally.
When is it tough?
Jeez, I don't know. I guess it's not very tough.
It's not very tough, eh? How long are you going to be riding for?
I don't know, probably another 5 years. My body holds up.
So what? Okay, roll.
Street walking little speed machine, backwards into forwards into gasoline. Motor car driving to my brain. Backwards thought he's coming just to hit me with the chain. I said I'm gone dark crazy. I said I'm gone dark crazy.
How did we start Euro carving? years ago, we tried to curve, even if it was icy, and now we lean, even if it's puff, and we are Euro carving.
Ebonite special, brown, kind of a wide stance, but it's a personal 300 model, rated for, B-rated for speed on the highway, I believe.
Now the obvious danger is that the ball might explode in front of us, popping our tires, puncturing the radiator, maybe even shrapnel through the window.
Behind their curtain, break down the government walls, infiltrate our television, break down the government walls, trying to be outspoken. I can hear the sound of falling masonry as they try to plug that lead.
What's here?
Here. That's my pee-pee.
This is Nicole.
6. I tried the first time in 88 and I buy my first board in 89.
Did you train a lot?
Not a lot.
How do you feel about not training that much and being the world champion?
Yeah, I think the level for the girl was not very high. But now it's better. You see every year, like now if a girl wanna start competition, it will be more hard than for me.
So?
Do you see many changes in the racing circuit?
Used to be easy for girls to just jump in and get first place, and now I think that's going to be a little bit harder. Girls are starting to train a lot more, and especially in Alpine, the times are really getting fast.
Anything else you want to say, I think?
Hi, boyfriend.
Which boyfriend?
I only have one boyfriend.
And anything else you want to say?
No. Hello, this is the interview with me, also Leftus from Norway. I just started snowboarding in 88 and I ride for 1 year or 2 years and then I got this contract with Burton and I just couldn't say no. I'm really lucky that I can do this because normally I would have been a student and I don't think that's so much fun.
I think I had a lot to do with helping push it along and pioneering it, but I think it would have happened anyway. You know, evolution's pretty unstoppable. This was made in like the 20s, so this is pretty old. It's made out of steel, but I'm sure it ripped in its day. Over here, I think a friend of mine gave me this. Haven't gotten a chance to ride it yet, but it's a K-Tel scooter ski. Yeah, if you can get the camera down low on the floor here. This has got a total, Euro stance, way ahead of the game.
We designed the beautiful graphics on this.
I did that. It's a nice attempt at airbrushing.
When did you move to the dot graphic?
This was later the same night. See, I could only use the factory from like midnight until 4 in the morning. So this was probably around 3:30, I think. This board was just made yesterday down at the Burton factory, and we're just up here in the snow at Stratton. The first thing that I noticed is that if that happens to your board, you should not ride it. My name is JG. I'm product tester for Burton Snowboards. I've been riding for 11 years. I do testing for quality, performance, and durability on boards, boots, and bindings. So this year, I've been on over 100 different boards, probably 30 or 40 different pairs of boots. I don't know how many bindings. Every time I'm out, my stances has changed. I use cants, I don't use cants. Right now, I have 2 different types of boots on, 2 different gloves. I'm looking for performance, quality, the all-around type of testing.
Have you skied before?
Yeah.
Good. And you ride a snowboard or ski?
Snowboard.
You ride a snowboard. Yeah, how about you?
Yeah, I'd rather board.
You ride a board. How about you?
Definitely rather board.
Are you gonna go back skiing?
No,
Why?
I like boarding more.
Yeah, why?
Because it's a lot funner, you just go faster.
Did you ski before?
Yeah,
Yeah?
20 years.
You skied for 20 years?
Yeah,
And now you snowboard now?
totally.
Would you go back to skiing?
Nope.
What's the problem with snowboarding? Like, why?
It's got to be the noise.
Who wants to be skiing down some steeps and all of a sudden hear this sound coming down on top of your head?
So you discriminate against snowboarding just because of the noise?
Okay, we're caught, yes. It's kind of nice to have a refuge from it, being a hardcore skier myself.
I mean, I really respect skiing. I used to be into it, but I'm just being real honest. You know, I think that snowboarding is on a level by itself, and the sensation and what you can do and the feeling of doing it to me are very, very different and just better and more special. I ride a lot. I mean, one of my goals this year was to be able to ride a lot more, and I've already ridden 54 days, and it's April 1st. I'll probably get 75 days in, including some trips up to Tuckerman's and so forth.
Putts have those air logos and we don't. How come these two putts have the air logos and we don't?
I really just like free riding, and I like free riding with good riders that are a lot better than I am. It's really fun. It's great to ride behind like Greg or Keith or any of those guys that are really into it, because it's interesting. They use the whole mountain.
Stealing down an alley on a cold, dark night. I see a halo in the rain round a street light. I stop and look and listen to the sound as the raindrops penetrate the silence all around. Alone, I gaze into the glistening street, the distant thunder echoing my heartbeat, urging me on to a secret goal, away from the light from this lamp on a pole. So I turn, slip away into the rain, drifting like a spirit through the shadows in the lane, clutching the tools of my trade in my hand, an old box of matches and a gasoline can. Darkness envelops the scene like a shroud, a veil of emptiness hangs from the clouds, filling up the cracks in this desolate place, cradled by the night in an icy embrace. Moving to the town like a ghost in the rain, a dim reflection in a dark window pane. Blackness beckons from every side, creeping all around like an incoming tide. A broken window in an empty house. I slip inside and begin to douse the whole place with the fuel that will feed the fire and push back the night, taking me higher on out of the darkness in a deafening roar. The match in my hand is the key to the door. A simple turn of the wrist will suffice to open a passage to paradise. I pause, I think about the past and the gloom. The smell of gasoline permeates the room. Everyone has a little secret he keeps. I light the fires while the city sleeps. The match makes a graceful arc to the floor, and time stands still as I turn for the door, which explodes in a fireball and throws me to the street. I hit the ground running with the flames in my feet, reaching for the night which recoils from the fire. The raindrops hiss like a devilish choir, dying in the flames with a terrible sound, calling all the names of the sleepers all around. But then in the arms of the night they lay, their dreams sprout wings and fly away out of the houses in a gathering flock, swarming overhead as I hurry down the block. I make my escape with the greatest of ease, and safe in the darkness, drop to my knees at a lightless window, my hand on the latch. I reach in my pocket and pull out a match.
Now competition is playing a big role in the sport, and it's legitimizing things a whole lot. It's showing a lot of other people what snowboarders or what riders are capable of.
There's the Super G, which is a cross between giant slalom and downhill, where it's a fairly high-speed event with some technical turns involved with it.
Dangerous? A little bit. But no risk, no fun.
Never skiing. Never, never. Snowboard, it's better. They just said no board backs. No board backs.
Can you give us play-by-play on what's going on here? Major snake sessions is what happened. Cross 17 was in charge of it.
Asshole.
They don't ski the powder, and they leave it for us. I really appreciate that.
Tune in, tune out, turn everything around. Don't let your head get down. Don't let your head get down. Tune in, tune out, turn everything around. Don't let your head get down. Don't let your head
I love this Rusty. I love him.
You want to marry him?
Yes!
Hey, Jeff, they want to marry you. I know. They're nice. They're nice?
Thank you!
Where are we right now? We are in the center of the Pacific, thousands of miles from civilization. I think we're in Hawaii.
Rentals. They rule. C, that means sea level. And over here is H, which means really high, which is what we are right now. Mr. Goodwrench. Kids, don't try this at home. Only the best.
This year, I didn't get a lot of training in, unfortunately.
Why is that?
Just injuries were my big problem.
How about the? Didn't anything to do with a girl or something?
No, that wasn't a problem, actually. My girlfriend had nothing to do with lack of training. I think my girlfriend helped me mentally.
That's not. That's Jason Bourne.
You and Jason there. I want to hear more about that. What's happening there? You guys are like pretty steady.
Pretty steady. That's pretty close.
Yeah.
Like close, but not really.
No?
If I want to go out, I go out. He's never hungry.
She's saying stuff about the fact that she's kind of free and, it doesn't have anything to do with you, really. Is that, like, true or what?
That she's free?
Uh-huh.
She can do whatever she wants. I don't put a collar around her neck or anything.
You have a girlfriend?
I had one.
You have one?
No, not really. Almost.
How about Norwegian girls?
Oh, Norwegian girls?
Uh-huh.
They're the best.
No, we won't talk about my girlfriend.
No? How about Jason Ford's hair?
It's pretty screwed up. I don't know, all those guys are pretty messed up with their hairdo.
Uh-huh.
They need to start worrying about doing some more tricks and less about fashion.
Jason Ford's hair looks a little bit ugly, I think.
It's orange.
Snowy white.
Or silver.
You know what? I really don't like my hair color either.
What happened with it?
I'm not gonna fake it.
Is that a new sponsorship from Clairol or something?
Stop! Stop!
bringing sponsorships back to a reality where only the best people and the most professional people, to some extent, are being sponsored. The ultimate sponsor deal would be to get paid just to free ride, not have to compete at all, just to be able to go and film and lounge at home and do the things I like to do other than compete. Every day I ride, I train. I'm always training on my freestyle board.
And I think people are paying more and more and more to get less, and then less again. And in some interesting way, it fills us up.
I did it because I had guys around like, Mark Heingardner and Andy Coughlin, Chris Carroll, some of the early riders, and Terry Kidwell out west. I think that these guys at the time just really wanted to compete against each other because they just didn't have any way to reference their level of riding. Since then the competition scene has blossomed into, it's big time.
Mountain Dew in the sun.
Hey, what do you got in there?
What do I think?
Yeah.
Try not to.
I don't smoke Jason Ford. Because he doesn't know.
Shit isn't even gonna make it to the half pipe tomorrow. I'm gonna kill him. I hate to sit and fucking bitch about all half-pipe judges because they're probably gonna watch this video and then I won't even make the top 32. So I should say it's great, but I won't. You know, there's just not enough consistency in it. You know. Craig ripped, yeah. Craig ripped me, but you know that's the whole lottery system.
I support SAD in a big way, and I don't drink alcohol or do drugs. Thanks.
This is what you do when you do good.
Kobe says you're not supposed to do that.
Why? Full. It's full. Here's where it was, down here. It was down there.
So, how do you like the course today?
Is that a Chuck?
I foul!
Alright, Massimo.
I'm with him.
I'm really prepared to watch the half-pipe. I got some sun cream already and glasses and my Timberland boots. I'm really ready to watch the half-pipe.
Her name's Nikki and she's been used. Life's been shattered by child abuse. She finds it hard to realize her own self-worth when no one can find a certificate of birth. She wears tons of makeup, spikes her hair. Everywhere she goes, the people stare. She says her life's nothing but a broken dream. Sometimes all she can do is scream. Shoes are hurting her feet from walking around on Granville Street. She's all mixed up but don't know why. Good luck seems to pass on by. So Nikki turns up the tunes and Nikki gets in the wine. Nikki thinks rock and roll stars hard to find.
I think the future for the sport is great. I think you're going to see, bigger air. It gets bigger every year. Bigger pipes at ski areas, better grooming, better videos, definitely. I'd like to see the sport really continue to grow because I'd like to ride with more people and have more friends into it. I don't want to lose its edge at all.
All right, sir. Where do you think the sport is
Gonna go far.
It's gonna go far?
any old time. I say love me, hold me, love me, hold me, 'cause I'm free. I say love me, hold me, love me, hold me, 'cause I'm free to do what I want, to be what I want, any old time. I'm free to be who I choose, to get my blues, any old time. I say love me, hold me, love me, hold me, 'cause I'm free. Do you hear what the man say?
These are the words me hear from my granddaddy. Come, these are the words me hear from my granddaddy. He said nothing in this world like when a man know him free. Free from the lock, I say free from the key. Free like a butterfly, free like a bee. These are the words me hear from my granddaddy. Said it's nice to be free, nice to be free. Free from the lock, I say free from the key. Don't be afraid of your free.
'Cause I'm free to do what I want, any old time.